Yeah, I mean, everything that comes on this keyboard, I mean, it looks good for like 90 bucks. Dude, it ain't bad. Clearly, it doesn't look the same. I mean, it does sound a lot better, too. Getting pretty good at this keyboard thing, huh? Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name is CG Build, and welcome back to another video. Today, we have another 65% keyboard, and I've done a lot of cool things to it. This is also not the same color it came as, the case. Cool. I know, crazy. But today we're looking at the TH66 from epomaker. This thing is, I mean, it's a 65% keyboard. I mean, you look at it, it looks pretty decent. Same keycaps as all the other TH keyboards they have. I have so many sets of these. So many. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them. Just to get this out the way now, this thing is $90. Pretty decent. Not too expensive, but also not the cheapest. I think one thing that is pretty cool is that it does have a knob, like the 65% keyboard with the knob, like the Q2 or the Echo Mode 008, or Mod 008, not Mode, Jesus. I think it's really cool that it has it at this price point. I mean, it's like the knob, dude. Who doesn't like knobs? Now this thing is hot swappable, and it does have south-facing LEDs, which that's pretty good. No interference with cherry keycaps, as I have on here now. Keycaps are the MDA profile, like I've already said. They're the generic ones it always comes with. And there are 2 versions. As you can see, we have the white version right now, but then there is a like see-through black. They call it clear black, but it's like a frosted black. Looks, I don't know why they sent me the generic white one, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Now for the switches it offers are Gatoron Pro switches. Now these that they gave me is the red switches. Now I wish they would have let me choose, because I wouldn't have picked red. I would have gone with like the black or the yellow. One thing that is a little bit off is that the top row, it's north facing LEDs, which I don't know why that is. Even on I think it's the 1 key, I had to put a cherry switch in because it wouldn't like fit, because that like LEDs like poking out like this much. So I was like, and because the switches I use, I'm not gonna say them now, but they don't have anything for like LEDs. So that was a weird experience. So it's kind of weird having everything besides that one switch be the same. Anyways, yeah, I mean, everything that comes on this keyboard, I mean, it looks good for like 90 bucks, dude. It ain't bad. Clearly, it doesn't look the same. So, I mean, it does sound a lot better too. Getting pretty good at this keyboard thing, huh? I hope so. I have so many videos on keyboards. Yeah, no more waiting. Let's go ahead and I open this thing up so we can get some mods going and just make it better. So you open it up by propping all these sides up, and usually I have some kind of tool. I have an iFixit kit where I just get those little blue things and like stick them in, pop it up, bam, works. But you can just do it with your fingers. I did it for the most part with it. Just some of them are a little bit hard. Just be careful not to break it. Now this is gasket mounted. Gaskets, dude. I'm tired of saying the same joke, but like it's stiff, dude. You can't like it's for sound. Yes, it makes it better, which that's what gas mounting is supposed to do. But like as far as a typing experience, there is no bounce. None whatsoever. Not existent at all. Just like some of y'all's love life. Nah, I'm just kidding. Take a joke. And then once you open it up, you have this really thin piece of foam in it, just like other keyboards that it's just not good. So we're just gonna get rid of that. And then this is where I had a problem. To get it off, you have to unscrew the screws, right? You have to unscrew the screws from the PCB and the plate. Now I got most of them off, but there's 2 of them. 2 of them were stripped. Couldn't, like, they were already stripped before I even started doing anything. Then I noticed that one of them is like completely broke. Like one of the screws is completely broke. There's no way you're getting them apart. Like it looks like I mean, you're seeing it here. I mean, it's just broke. Like what how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to get that out? It was not a fun time. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but if I wanted to take that out to like PE foam on it, then I couldn't. So like it's a little bit of a bummer. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me that would happen to, but that's a little bit of a bummer. But nonetheless, I still think it turned out pretty good, so let's keep moving. So now that I took out all these switches and we just have everything bare bones, I wanted to spray paint the case. I wanted to do something different from the other one, so I was looking around and I found this like mirror spray paint, which I mean, I've seen it before, you know what I mean? And I was like, that would look pretty cool, the keyboard, even though it's just like the normal like aluminum keyboard that's like the gray option. I don't know. I don't know what my thought process was. I just thought it looked cool, dude. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that one. And I mean, it did come out really good. I mean, it makes it look more high quality than what it is. Like, you pay, like, this honestly looks like it could be like $150, $200 board, but that's just looking. Like, if you pick it up, you know. Yeah, I got this spray paint, and I got a box, and I got my sandpaper, which I used 400 to 600 sandpaper. Didn't really need to use sandpaper because, I mean, it's already really smooth, but I went ahead and did it, just a light coating. And yeah, went outside, didn't record the going outside part because it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Then I brought it inside, and then I let it sit, and then it, well, actually, I ruined it twice because I thought it was dry. And I went to go pick it up, and then it made a fingerprint. That was, it was upsetting because it was about 4 o'clock in the morning when all that happened. So then I had to redo it, and then it turned out pretty good. But I will say, this stuff, this paint, you need to have a sealant on it. So if you are going to do this same thing, just make sure to put a sealant on after it dries. I mean, you get the gist. I mean, it looks pretty good, right? So now with that done, time for the other mod. So I want to do the CG mod. Of course, dude, CG mod, so good. I actually don't know if that's good. I like it because it actually, for me, it works. I've done it on a lot of keyboards. So I got this bandages that here, bandage, you know, it's like medical wrap or whatever. You put it in the bottom of the case. Usually I don't use this stuff. I use more of like a thicker one, but this is all I can get my hands on at the moment. So it does still work. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very squishy. So what you do is you get it, make sure it fits in the case, and then you cut the excess off, and you just kind of lay it in. 2 layers. Put 2 layers in there, and then, yeah. Then after doing that, I went ahead and I taped the PCB. I know, crazy. Tape mod. Do it in like all my videos. So I went ahead and taped it. What you do, get some painter's tape, put it on the back of the PCB, cut it off, done. I mean, I'm tired of saying it, dude. I've said it so many times, but I know there's people that are going to come across this for the first time, like, dude, tape on a PCB? What? So yeah, get some painter's tape, put it on there, cut it, bam, you're done. I put 3 layers on it for me, but yours may vary depending on what sound profile you would like. But that's all the mods for that. Now it's moving on to the stabs. So the stabs, if you heard from that sound test, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, they're not the best ever, don't get me wrong, but they're not the worst. And I wanted to keep the stock ones just because, I mean, now, of course, I do have a lot of other times where I have put in my own stabs. This is not that case. I went ahead and used them. Kind of wish I didn't. They're not that good, dude. Especially the spacebar, dude. This is loud, dude. Like a waking up neighbors type spacebar. Now that that's all done, we are going to go ahead and put in the switches. I went ahead and used the J-Wig Blacks from Canon Keys. You can go in the description and go check out Canon Keys' website. To have great keycaps and stuff like that. I actually have some new switches, which I'm trying to get my hands on at the moment. So go to their website. Support me. So now that all of the switches are in, it's time for the keycaps. Keycaps I went with are some of my personal favorite, which I've really... It's been on my main board for a long time, so I had to take them off that, put them on here. But it is the Hippo keycaps from Kinetic Labs. I just love the way these keycaps look, man. They're just so nice. They got like the pastel colors, the thick legends. It just looks good. And I think with the silver spray painted board, I think it turned out pretty good. Now I should have said this earlier, but I only did spray paint the top case part because the bottom. No one's gonna look at the bottom, and plus the bottom looks ugly, so like, and plus the amount of like extra stuff I would have to do to like make sure it's all covered, it wasn't worth it. So I just did the top one, and I mean, it looks pretty good. Dude, these stabs are not the best, dude. Oh my god, I don't like them. Yeah, that's the finished product. I think it looks so good. I mean, the only thing left to do is a sound test, so let's go ahead and do that. See? Well, what am I saying? You know, like they sound pretty good. Just the stabs. Probably want to do something about that. I think these keycaps look insane on this board. This is probably one of my favorite TH boards from epomaker. So, I mean, if that says anything. I mean, $90 and I mean, it's just good. I like it. That's the build, dude. I think it turned out great. Spray painting your keyboard, good choice for this one. Go ahead and do some spray paint, dude. It's like, it's fun. It's just, I had fun with it. It didn't take too much time. It dried easy. But I am in Texas, and it is extremely hot. And then whenever you bring it inside to the colder air, it's like the paint thanks you and like dries quicker. Yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy. I had a really great time with this build. Pretty fun. And yeah, for 90 bucks, I think this thing, I think it's worth it. Yeah, I will see you in the next one.